Hello, welcome to my channel, Code with Fernando. Let's continue with non-access modifiers. Java provides non-access modifiers to change the default behavior of classes, methods, and variables. So these non-access modifiers change the behavior of classes, methods, and variables. Unlike access modifiers, which they control visibility, non-access modifiers define specific functionalities or restrictions for these components. Some key non-access modifiers. Abstract prevents the creation of objects from a class. A class with an abstract method must be declared abstract. Then we have final, prevents further modification. This means that you cannot change that method, class, or variable. This could be applied to classes, methods, or variables in order to restrict inheritance, or writing, or reassignment. Then we have static. Static defines members that belong to the class rather than any specific instance. So you don't have to create an object of that class in order to use that method or variable. There are other non-ISO modifiers that are mentioned in the book, like synchronize. Have to be with multi-threading environment. Then we have native. This is indicates that a method implemented in other languages like C or C++ maybe. Then we have volatile. This allows safe access to variables by multiple threads. Okay, let's see what happens when we add the abstract keyword to a class. It is declared with a keyword abstract, of course. Then, even if it has no abstract method, it cannot be directly instantiated. So, some key points to remember. Abstract classes may define both concrete and abstract methods. So if we have an abstract class, we could have abstract and concrete methods. Okay, a class with at least one abstract method must be abstract. So it doesn't matter if you have at least one method, if that method is abstract, that class must be abstract. Attempting to create an object of an abstract class results in a compilation error. Okay, let's continue with the code example. I have created this package called non-modifiers. Inside that package, I have created a team of packages: abstract classes, abstract interfaces, and abstract method. Inside abstract class package, I will create three more classes. One of them will be called person, the other one we will call student, the other one will be called university. University. Okay, in person class, what are we going to do in here? I'm going to create a private instant variable called name. After that, I will create a public void method because we want this method not to return anything. Display name. Okay, what happens here? Okay, so this will print the name. Name. That's it. And we are going to create an abstract method. Okay, so this method will be public, abstract, and void. We don't need this method to return anything. Okay, so we see there's a problem here. It says public abstract, and it says abstract method in a not abstract class. So we need to make this public class um, abstract. So what do? We add the abstract keyword. So now this is an abstract class because it has an abstract method. But it does not necessarily mean that whenever you have an abstract method, you need to have an abstract class. What happens if I comment this? It's still an abstract class. Okay, public. Okay. Now let's go to a student class. In here, what are we going to do in the student class? Okay, student class will extend person. So we see that we need to implement that, right? That method, okay? We need to implement the enroll method. So now we need to override this method. So what are we going to do in here? In here we are going to print I'm student. Simple as that. Okay, that's it. In university class, this class will have our main method. Okay, so we are going to create our main method in here. This method will be our entry point. Okay, so we are going to try to initialize an object of type person. But we see that we cannot do that. Why? Because it's abstract. You see, person is abstract, cannot be instantiated. So whenever you add the abstract keyword to a class, it means that class cannot be instantiated. You cannot make an object of that class. So what do we do in this case? We need to make an object of the other class, student. We can make an object of this class called student. So now it's possible. So now we will print roll. If we see this, okay, we see I'm student. Let's continue with abstract interfaces. In Java, an interface is inherently abstract. The compiler automatically treats all interfaces as abstract. So adding the abstract keyword is redundant. So we don't need to add the abstract keyword to an interface in Java. Some key points to remember. Every interface is implicitly abstract. Adding abstract to the interface declaration does not change its behavior. Methods in an interface are also implicitly abstract unless they're default or static methods. We know that since Java 8, default and static methods were added. Okay, let's continue with our core example. Inside our package called after interface, we will create some interfaces and some classes also. So first of all, we are going to create an interface called movable. Okay, inside this interface, we are going to create a method called move. That's it. After that, we are going to create another interface called stoppable. Stoppable, just like that. In here, we are going to create another method called stop. But let's see here. We are going to delete this public keyword and we are going to add the abstract keyword. We know already that we don't have to add the abstract keyword because by default all interfaces in Java are abstract. Okay, so we don't need to add this. Then we have the vehicle class, and this class will implement both interfaces, movable and stoppable. Okay, in here we know that we need to implement these methods. Okay, we have already implemented this method. Now we need to override those methods. We are going to add our own implementation. So in here we will print vehicle. Vehicle is moving. Okay, in there we are going to print vehicle has stop. Okay, now we are going to create our main class. So this class will have our main method. This main method will be the entry point. Okay, so we are going to create an object of type vehicle, and we are going to call these methods. Okay, stop, and this other method move. If we print this method, okay, vehicle has stopped and vehicle is moving. Okay, let's continue with after method. An after method is a method without a body defined with the after keyword. It's meant to be implemented by a derived class. So, after methods must not have curly braces of a method body. I will repeat this. An after method must not have curly braces of a method body. Some key points to remember. A method with a empty body is not an after method. After methods are implicitly public in interfaces and can only exist in an after class of interface. Any class that contains an after method must be declared after itself. Exam tip: let's not confuse a regular method with an empty body for an after method. After methods they are declared without a body and using the after keyword. Okay, let's continue with our code example. Inside our package called after method, we are going to create a class called person. Inside person, we will create a method called, it will be a public method, public void display name. So what is this? This is a regular method with an empty body. This is not an abstract method. This is a regular method with an empty body. Okay, you just place a comma in here so you can forget this. It's a regular method with an empty body. So now I will create another method. This will be public, abstract, and void. We are gonna call this method perform. Okay. We have an error in here. It says abstract method is not abstract class. So we need to make this class person abstract, okay? Now we don't see any error, okay? Because whenever we have an abstract method, we need to declare that class as an abstract also. So I will place a comma in here so you don't forget this. So this is a abstract method with no body. So what is the difference? Because they look kind of similar, right? An abstract method will always have the abstract keyword, and this method will not have the curly braces. This is a regular method with empty body. There is nothing in there, but this is not an abstract method.